Did you know that right now is the best moment to rewrite your money story? Let's get into it. Welcome, beloveds. I am Tanya Melendez, creator of Chart and Soul Astrology, founder of CosmicNomics, and I want to give you a lesson in CosmicNomics right now. So you are most likely already feeling the effects of the Gemini full moon. But I've got to let you know it's not exact until 5:14 Central Standard, 6:15 or 6:14 Eastern Standard Time. And why is the timing so important? Because remember, the planets are always moving. And so when they're transiting and shifting into that energy of being full, that's when you want to work with it. And this is why it is so important that you rewrite your money story now. Why you want to rewrite it? This is the last full moon of 2025. We are shedding a skin. Shed the money story skin that you have been conditioned to believe, that you have, through your youth, through young adulthood, through mid-adulthood, and now into mid-age for myself. I don't know how old you are, but all those stories, the ones that's the ancestral stories, the generational stories, the stories you learned in relationships, the stories you learned from, society, all of that. This is the time to rewrite. Why? Because Gemini rules communication. Gemini is the mind. It is the energy for inspiration and inventiveness. And if anything, we don't want to manifest something new in the last full moon of the year. What we want to do is use that shed, complete a whole cycle so you can move forward in this new era with a new money story. So what you want to do is get out a piece of paper and really write to the money. What I have started here is Dear Money, Dearest Money. I'm going to actually say, dearest beloved money, it's time for us to have a new relationship. Now, whatever that is, this isn't about, ooh, gimme, 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 gimme. No, remember, you can only attract what you are. So if you are thinking, I want to win the lottery, beloved, you have to be at such a high vibration to call that in. All the things need to line up, but most importantly, you've got to be at that frequency. And this is why wearing white, covering my head are always big things that I do for the full moon, but we'll get into that more. And so back to this dearest money, it's time for us to have a new relationship. Remember, many of us don't realize, and I tell my female clients this all the time, we treat our money sometimes like we treat our men. Are you afraid? Are you coy? Are you shy? Do you get scared? Are you emotionally attached when it's not personal, right? Do you take everything personal? It's so many things wrapped around our money and our emotions. And this is why when you work with the moon and what I call lunifesting in CosmicNomics, that's how you really learn to amplify, because as I said, you can only attract what you are. And when you're using the energy of the moon of what you are, depending on what moon sign you are, that's how you lunifest. But I digress. So this money time is, shed that skin. And that's why I want you to go all the way back to the ancestral. Pull it up. If with the Gemini new moon, you planted new seeds 6 months ago, now you want to shed the skin, anything and everything that's connected to how you feel around your money. And why do you want to do it around money? Because remember, beloveds, money is a piece of paper, but it's also a form of communication. It is how, again, we have our business. It's how we connect. Again, in the olden days, let me go back to this, everything was an energy exchange, and then it turned into bartering, and then it turned into trade, and then it turned into, money exchange, right? So this is why, again, it's an exchange of energy. Remember, Gemini is the twin. So you want to write it in the way that supports the other side, right? You know what your money story has been up until this point. So use this energy wisely. So 2 other ways that you can use this energy to really amplify is, of course, the color astrology. And the color astrology for today's energy is this beautiful light shade of blue called Canton. These are Pantone colors, and I see they just announced their new color today, wink, wink. And so it is powerful, dynamic, introspective. If you were born on this day, charming and intelligent and tend to watch people intently, how this color benefits you with Canton, it allows you to flow more easily and dissolve any feelings of separation. Right. Remember, you are what you attract. So if you are attracting and wanting to vibrate at that level of prosperity, what does that look like to you? Because all of us have a different vibration, and I'm not trying to talk about comparing yourself to celebrities, because that's not it, or any millionaire, billionaire people out there. This is for you and for you to anchor that in. So how I sneak in the Canton blue, if you can see, there's a little here, my ring. So when you start to incorporate, and you can even see it here in my pillow, when you start to incorporate color astrology into the astrology, you give it an added layer. And I also like to add my spiritual practice as well, working with the Orishas. So I work with the Orisha Oshun, and today is Oshun Day and Venus Day. I'm sorry, Jupiter Day. And so I wanted to shout out my girl Ire Aje. I'm sorry, I'm trying to put it together too fast. Ire Aje, who was just mentioned in Essence Holiday Guide for this amazing 5-symbol necklace. And it's got the Sankofa, it's got the Basasaka, which is about abundance and affluence. It's got the Name Dua, which is the protection and peace. And it's got the, I know I'm going to say this wrong, the Duminimin, which is the strength. So I love wearing this amazing necklace, especially on high vibration days, because not only is it protection, but it amplifies the energy of then my spiritual practice. So in CosmicNomics, as I said, I wanted to give you a quick lesson in 8 minutes or less. What I shared with you is, what is the planetary day? Today is Jupiter. I brought in my spiritual practice with Oshun. I brought in the hours, and I should tell you the next 3 hours, in fact, are the most important time. Why? Because right now we're in the Sun hour, next we're going to be in the Venus hour, and then the Mercury hour. So that's where you really want to then just, I am done with 2025. I am ready for the new energy to come in, that this Gemini energy will then bring to me in 6 months time. So it's not a time to really manifest. Remember, we are shedding, and when you rewrite that money story, write a new one, right? So let me give you a quick example so I can get under 8 minutes or less. So I used to have a story, I was a single mom, right? That story has now changed to, I am a successful spiritual entrepreneur. Do you see how that changed, how that shifted? It only shifted because I rewrote the story, and that changed in my mind and repatterned it from survival mode to thrival. And if you want to know more about that, follow me over on Substack with the Cosmic Mirror. So get to doing what you need to do and use this energy wisely. And until next time, shine on, beloveds.